Yep, might as well. Allow me to for a short little introduction so that way we don't waste any more time. This here is the Mod 2 Ask Movie Slate. And has its own mod blog and everything. I want you to introduce yourselves to James. Movie Slate. Yeah. We'll just call him Movie Slate.
All right, let's get him on here.
Ring, ring. Ring, ring. Ring.
He lives all the way in Spain, and I'm surprised he's still up.
Well, some people are just naturally night owls.
Nah,
There he is. Welcome to
Yeah.
the Mini Arcade Show, James.
Hello, thank you for having me. How are you guys doing?
Doing awesome.
That's awesome. That's great to know. I've been listening to the show up until now. That's great. Hello, everybody in the chat.
They're all waving back, I think.
Oh yeah.
Yay for James.
Thank you for hanging out. For waiting for me up until the end of the show. That's great.
Well, we usually
Yeah.
leave the best for last.
Oh my God, I'm not better than anyone. I'm just a guy. But thank you for considering me the best.
Yep.
Anyways,
All right, Gonzo, this is your guest. You take it away.
I might as well just bring this up to you since we're. I did bring you on. So we might as well go right into some of the questions. Basically, what got you into drawing?
What got me through? Oh my God. Well, my entire family has like a legacy of artistry and drawing, painting. My great grandfather was an artist. My grandfather was an artist, and my mother was an artist. So of course I got the artist genes in me, and I decided to exercise them and transform them into artwork. Different media, different stuff, but it goes in the blood.
I'm surprised. Are they basically your influences for drawing?
Not really, because the little I remember of my mom drawing, it's very fussy, but almost all the stuff that she drew, she was basically copying it from other books. She was a huge fan of Beatrix Potter, the British author who created Peter the Rabbit.
Yeah.
And she copied a lot of her drawings and hung them on the walls of the house. So it's like she was a good artist, but she never created something original. She was trying to follow on the shadow of her father. She never managed to move on from that, so she had to give up on that. She's kind of a frustrated artist, so she's very happy to see me doing something somewhat original. Like, it's not a complete copy, but out of all the fan art that I produce, I don't trace anything. I do the artwork myself.
Awesome. All right, I'm trying to think.
I must say this. Love the accent.
Thank you. By the way, I cannot turn it off, so if somebody's pissed off by it, I'm sorry.
No, I know. I'm just. I'm
He's
just,
Spanish, so
Yeah, I'm just
that's
loving
cool.
it because I love hearing the rolls of the R's.
Oh, thank you very much.
Speed Spirit U card.
Yeah, and by the way, I'm Spanish. It's 6:28 a.m. here. I've been awake the entire night just for this.
Yeah,
Wow.
kind of sorry I had to force you to do this.
No.
Force
You're not
you?
forcing. You're not forcing me to do anything, Gonzo. Don't worry about that.
All
I'm
right
modest,
then, we'll
too.
make it worth your while. If you guys got any questions before I move on to the brony stuff.
You got anything, T-Bone? Because I'm pretty much blank.
I'm blank too. This is Gonzo's guest.
I play video games and I watch movies. So if you guys want to ask me something on your area of expertise, you can go ahead and ask me something regarding either of those.
Actually, I do have a couple questions. Just keep
Okay.
in mind. Coming from a long stream of line of family of artists, who would you say would be your biggest inspiration?
My biggest inspiration within my family or in general?
Both.
Both. Okay, well, within my family, clearly my mother, because it's kind of like an inspiration from what she couldn't do. She was always trying to produce original art and make something that was kind of original, and she was always frustrated by it because she never could. The farthest she could do, the way I see it right now, was doing fan art. She was doing Disney characters, drawing Disney characters all the time, and sometimes even tracing them. But she could never produce something that was like 100% her creation. So my biggest inspiration is her, as I'm trying to do what she couldn't do, like trying to follow on that spirit. That will be my inspiration within my family, and in general, oh my God, where do I start? With zero influence in my artwork, I am really inspired by Salvador Dali, but then who is not inspired by Salvador Dali? My favorite Spanish painter is Francisco de Goya. He has some amazing pictures, especially at the end of his life when he was completely deaf and he was turning mad. He drew some of the most gruesome yet poetic paintings you can imagine. It's like browse Francisco de Goya dark paintings on Google, and well, don't do it at night. You're going to have nightmare fuel for weeks. No, for real. I mean, some of those paintings are absolutely nightmarish. It's unbelievable. And then when it comes to just other absolute surreal art, is H.R. Geiger, the guy who designed the Alien.
Oh, I love H.R. Geiger's work.
It's like, it's so bizarre, so weird, and yet you cannot stop looking at it. It's like a train wreck made out of flesh. It's kind of impressive. So I fucking love it. Oh, sorry for the language. Can I swear in the show?
Yes, you can swear.
Yeah, it's okay.
Oh,
Well, that
oh,
was
thank fucking God. Okay, good. Alright. I swear like, you guys.
Oh,
have
you're
only-
Spanish. You're not supposed to cuss. Use the Lord's late name in vain. Blasphemy. Anyway, that was good. Go ahead.
That's
all of it.
inconceivable.
That's exactly inconceivable.
You keep using that word. I don't think that means what you think it means.
Okay, got Princess Bride reference going on here.
Wow. Wow.
Anybody want a peanut?
All right. Might as well get on to some of the brony questions.
Go for it.
All right. Your favorite episode thus far?
Okay. I was listening to the other interviews, and I remember that you said like maybe your favorite three. I'm gonna go with the favorite three if that's okay with you. It's difficult for me to pick one out of those.
It's okay. It's okay.
I always go for one for each season. For season 1, my favorite episode will be Sonic Rainboom. That's episode 16. From season 2, that will be Sweet and Lit. That's episode 9. And for season 3, that will be Sleepless in Ponyville, which is episode 6.
Ooh,
I
very
like how you were
nice.
thinking. One favorite per season. I like that.
Yeah,
It's
it's like
it's
that way.
unique.
That way is fair, and because I like all of 3 seasons. I'm not one of those people who thinks, "Oh, season 3 was a downgrade." No, it wasn't. They all have their problems and they all have their virtues. You just have to be able to see both of those things in order to enjoy it.
And this is why his name is Movie Slate.
Very beautiful.
He lives up to
Alright.
his name.
Don't get me started
Alright.
on movies. We're going to be here until tomorrow.
Oh, jeez.
All right. Well, we'll keep this short and sweet, so that way you can like go to bed or something. All right. Your favorite of the main 6?
Wow, that's easy. Rarity. No, not even thinking about it twice. Rarity.
Wow.
Very, very closely followed by Applejack, and that's something that wasn't happening until season 3 happened. During all of season 2, I didn't like what they did with Applejack, but then season 3 came up, and I was like, "Oh my god, I love Applejack! I love Applejack again. She's awesome. She's a great character. I love what they did with her in like Spike at Your Service and the Crystal Empire episodes. She was great, and it's impossible for me not to love the artist of the 6. Like, how can I not love the character that had an episode which defines perfectly what it is to work for commission on the internet? Oh, I don't like it like this. Can you please change it? Oh, I don't like the change that you made. Please put it like that again. Oh, no, you know what? Forget it. Let's just go with your original idea. Oh.
It
Oh
happens.
Lord,
It
yeah.
happens all the time.
All
That is
right, all right. Where was I? Oh, yes.
favorite of the main six. That was the answer, the
Yeah.
question.
Now on to your favorite background pony.
Favorite background. I love Octavia. She's
Ooh.
Yeah, I know. Not many people remember her. It's because the last time she appeared was in Sweet and Elite, and people don't remember Tabby. Um, she's so unique with the gray coat and the black hair, and I'm like, that is such a very grayscale colors for a show that is all colorful and bright, and is like, and here you have a pony that is literally black and white except for the eyes. How awesome is that? So quickly caught my eye.
All right, then. That's a very cool explanation. How about your favorite princess?
Oh, that's I'm gonna go with the most voted, the most beloved, the most adored by every single one of the fans. It's Luna. Uh,
Yeah.
Yeah, man, it's a Luna night. Oh,
I
yes.
have to go with Luna.
I think I
It's
sense a full moon.
there is a full moon today, actually.
It is.
All right, let's see. Next. Favorite villain.
Favorite villain. Poof. Okay, if it goes for presence, introduction, and voice, that will be Chrysalis. Because that was like a villain that nobody saw it coming when that false cadence revealed itself, and you see the silhouette, and then the eyes open, and then you think this is supposed to be a kid show for little girls. Right?
Well,
Yeah, no.
Yeah, sure.
All right.
That's for design and presence, but when it goes for consistency and show appearance, I go for Diamond Tiara and Silver Spoon.
Oh.
yeah.
It's impossible not to like those two bitches. Oh God, how can they be so hateful? How can they be so despiseful? And how can they be so much fun?
Well, that grabs the least favorite character.
Pretty much.
But there's still something I just remembered that I totally forgot something. How did you find out about My Little Pony in the first place? What got you into My Little Pony?
Oh God. Okay, I'm gonna be as concise as I can. Long story short, I lost my job in 2010, December 25, 2010. That was my Christmas present, losing my job. And I spent depressed for like a couple of months until I got this friend of mine who, previous to losing my job, he'd been trying to get me into the show. And I was so down and I was so depressed that when he came back to me and said, "Why don't we watch the show together?" I ended up saying yes, because I needed something to cheer me up. And it did more than that. I watched the show and I loved the hell out of it. I watched up until Sonic Rainbow, which was the newest episode released at that time. And I got inspired to get back into graphic design, get my degree. I got my degree in graphic design now, thanks to the show that inspired me to get it, and that's how I found about it. That's why I'm here right now. If it wasn't for that show, I wouldn't be talking with you guys.
Well. All right, now let's talk about your blog. Your very interesting character, Movie Slate. How about you explain who Movie Slate is for those who probably never heard of such a pony?
Yeah, let's
Cool.
hear it.
Okay, well, Movie Slate is a cute little white unicorn who runs one of the cinemas in Ponyville. It used to be the only cinema in Ponyville, but after season 3 proved that they have cinemas in there. There might be more than one. So I'm trying to expand it like that. So Movie Slate is a cute little unicorn, and her most particular characteristic is that she doesn't have hair. She has film celluloid for hair and tail. So it's like her mane is made out of film celluloids. And in her mane, you can see the little pictures of previous updates on her blog. And if this was animated, those pictures will be moving. Sadly, I don't have that budget, but that's
It's okay. It's okay.
that's
Very
who
interesting.
She loves marshmallows. She has a crush on Rarity. Her favorite movie is Aliens, and she doesn't like horror films because she's forced to watch a lot of them because many people ask her to watch horror movies because they like to see her react to the horror.
Wow.
Because if the internet has proven something, is that there is nothing funnier to see someone screaming their lungs out as they see something horrifying. PewDiePie.
Yeah, I figured about that much. Trying to think. You guys, if you want to jump in by any means.
You guys pretty much handled Gonzo. I'm impressed.
Wow.
It's difficult to handle me. I never
It's not. It's not because Gonzo's already beaten me to the questions as is.
I guess this must have been such a slow night or something. Huh.
Yeah, it must be.
I am running on 2 bottles of Coke. Maybe that's why. That's why I couldn't go to sleep. All the caffeine is running on my blood, and now I cannot stop.
You're like
Kind of like that. I'm always bouncing off the walls.
well, your microphone's just hiding all the bouncing.
Oh, that's good. Oh, that's because I have a good microphone. My microphone eliminates all the noise. That's good.
That's always a good deal.
So, any more questions? Anything else you guys want to know about?
Let's see. Okay, let's start talking about more your character. Movie Slate. What is your character's favorite movie? When it comes to horror.
When it comes to I wouldn't count Aliens as a horror movie, although it has horror moments and it has scary moments.
Well, the first one was considered to be a thriller.
Yeah, of course, it would be more of a thriller than a horror movie. I'll go for Rec. This is a Spanish movie. That is it's of course a horror movie. It's a handheld found footage film, but the basic premise of Rec is that it's like Blair Witch Project in a building with zombies. That's
Yikes.
Rec. It got a remake in 2008 called Quarantine. Don't watch Quarantine. Quarantine is a piece of shit. It's really bad. Watch the original Rec. That movie is amazing. It's only 78 minutes long. It's really short, but you suffer like a motherfucker through the entire film. It's unbelievable.
I'll bet.
Yeah.
All right. Speaking about movies, I just remember this out of T-Bone's little question. Your thoughts about Equestria Girls?
Oh, my thoughts about Equestria Girls. I consider it a guilty pleasure. It's not a bad movie. I don't consider it a bad movie. It has problems, like a couple of rhythm issues. Maybe there are a couple of awkward pauses here and there, but I like how quirky Twilight Sparkle is. Like she's trying to get adapted to the human world, and like when she picked up the pen with her mouth and Pinkie Pie didn't even got phased by it. That was hilarious. Or when Pinkie reveals the whole where she came from, and they're like, "Oh my god,
How did you know that? Just a hunch.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't think that's the reason. And then Spike goes, "No, she's pretty much spot on. The dog can talk." It's like, that was brilliant. Oh my god. So yeah, guilty pleasure, but with a silver lining. That movie wasn't bad at all.
Well, that's awesome.
I'm glad to see somebody else likes it.
I like a lot of stuff about the show. You really need to go deep to make me say something that I hate about it or something that I don't like about it.
Shoot. The okay, favorite comedy.
Favorite comedy? Oh, for me or for Movie Slate?
Movie Slate. Since we're on
Movie
your
Slate.
character.
Okay, I'll think we'll go for Airplane because it's one of the most recent ones that she has watched. It's difficult for her to like comedies though because comedies have a lot of influence from our world, like the human world. So there are references to politics, or the references to religion, or references to books, authors, or other movies that she hasn't watched yet. So she doesn't get them. So many times comedies completely fly over her head.
But Airplane didn't. It's more funny.
Yeah, Airplane did work with her because there's barely any jokes that have to do with politics. It's almost all slapstick or very well constructed. However, that scene where the military guy goes in the airport and all these religious groups go at him, she might not get that. She doesn't know what Scientology is, so she couldn't understand.
Okay, how do you
Probably her favorite was actually the was it the panicking was it customer on the plane? Calm down, dude. You gotta calm down. It's like, hey, you need up at the plane. You gotta calm down, lady. You gotta calm down. It's gonna be fine. There's a long line of people that's want to beat her up.
Wow.
No, actually, you know what? I think the funniest one will be she'll feel guilty about it when the shit hits the fan.
No,
You see a
literally.
giant log of shit hitting the fan. She'll be like, "Oh my god, why even? It's funny." That's how she sounds, by the way. She sounds with a very squeaky voice. When she speaks, she sounds like a broken squeaky toy. That's Movie Slate's voice.
Wow.
Nice.
And you did then, if memory serves me, you did mention that her internal dialogue will sound like the guy you probably heard in most movie trailers, like, "In a world where only Fords exist." Something
That's
like that.
correct. Yeah,
In
that's
a world
correct.
where both of our cars are deep in water.
Her normal speaking voice is squeaky, but like Gonzo just said, she has an internal monologue, and the internal monologue is the movie trailer voice. In a world where a little pony watches movies, and she has a very squeaky voice. Oh no! So yeah, that's
Oh
her.
my.
Speaking of movies, it's kind of sad that I tried to send a few suggestions to her, but it didn't go through. So my curiosity is pretty much, how do you pick the movies that are submitted to you that she would watch?
Sadly, I don't have a method or a criteria to pick the movies unless the suggestion really inspires me. Like, for example, I have a bunch of... I could have, like... Okay, every single suggestion that I got sent, I still have it. I have suggestions that are more than a year old, okay? So, and I store them there because it's a very safe... it's a very safe storage that I can go there, grab them, and post them on an update. But sometimes I can have like 500 suggestions, and then someone sends a suggestion for Puma Man, and then I am like, oh my god, Puma Man, I need to draw Movie Slate flying with the movie in background and a cape so cheaply made that it looks so cheap. I need to draw that, and then I'll draw it immediately, and it might be just a couple of hours old update, which makes me ignore other updates. Or updates, suggestions and questions that get completely ignored right away are people that send more than one movie. It's like, here, I have a bunch of movies. I have Iron Man 3, Pearl Harbor, The Evil Dead, Predator, Inception, and Nightmare Before Christmas. Here, watch this. And I'm like, these movies have nothing to do with each other. What the hell do you want me to do with this?
Oh, so it's basically like it's gotta be one at a time.
Yeah, exactly.
It has to fit the moment.
Yeah, it has to be one at a time, and yeah, that also. I have people sending me Christmas movies all year, and I'm like, why do you send me the
Really?
Christmas shoe? Yeah, it's like, why do you send me the Christmas shoes when it's October, or why do you send me a Christmas Carol when we are in August
Or in July.
or in July? What's the rhyme of reason behind that? So yeah, I have a bunch of Christmas movies that I have to get to, and I will get to them in Christmas, of course.
Yeah, it'd be more fitting if it was
Yeah.
December.
Yeah, like right now I am saving a bunch of horror movie updates for Halloween, and there is something very special coming for Halloween on Movie Slate. There is going to be a horror movie costume contest. So there is going to be ponies and usually canon ponies dressed as characters from horror movies. And the best costume is going to get an award, but of course it's kind of like kind of silly. I'm going to let people vote. Okay, so who won? And then whoever won is going to have a picture with them picking the award for it.
Like, Who won? Who decide? You vote.
You messed that
Yeah.
all up. But you know what? You should probably post that on your Tumblr. You should totally post that contest on your Tumblr and show everybody what that's all about. That's a very creative idea.
You should also advertise on the stream if you want to.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I totally will. I totally will. I also have a bunch of updates lining and waiting to be uploaded. I don't have a queue because the queues in Tumblr really confuse me, and I don't know how they work, and I don't know how to make them work. So I'll rather post them myself. But I have a bunch of updates. One of them is very important because it regards why Hermione is made out of celluloid film, and what happens if you remove it, because there's people who've been asking what happens if you get a haircut. Is it like getting a lobotomy, like you forget your memories when you cut your hair? So I'm going to answer that question.
Nice.
That might
I hope it's not bad.
you'll just have to wait and see. You'll just have to wait and see.
And blah blah blah.
And blah 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 blah.
Yes.
You guys continue. I need to use the bathroom real quick.
Go ahead. Yeah. Let's see. There was something I was thinking about. I thought was pretty funny. Shoot. My brain just went dirt on me. When it came to comedy.
If you were wondering what's my favorite comedy, like not movie slates but mine, my favorite comedy is Street Fighter the movie.
Oh yes, that was kind of funny. With Raul Julia as M. Bison.
Yes, and Jean-Claude Van Damme as Guile.
Yep.
That movie is hilarious.
Game
Change the channel.
over. Yeah.
Wow.
Hey, hold my hand, man. We've been here for only 3 hours. Maybe next week.
Yeah.
For you, the day M. Bison attacked your village was the most important day of your life. But for me,
it was
it was Tuesday.
Wow.
That
you know what?
movie
I'm
is
starting to agree.
hilarious.
I have to agree with you now. That has got to be that has got to be like the funniest comedy of all time.
For me, it was
Yes,
Tuesday.
yes. That movie is awesome.
And the best thing about it is the whole entire mine thing, the whole entire water mine to the stream was basically a arcade console. I was like, wait, I'm like looking at it, I'm like, it's an arcade console from Street Fighter. Oh my god, look at the buttons, it's the same thing. The
Yeah,
hell?
he controlled the mines with the arcade machine of Street Fighter. I'm like, what the hell? It was hilarious. The entire movie is an outrage, and it's so much fun.
Indeed.
I want to watch it now. Oh dear.
Good times.
So, okay. Any more questions? Come on. I'm loving this.
We have 4 more minutes of questioning before we have to play shut down. Because 10 o'clock is closing time.
Of course.
Let's see. I'm trying to think of anything off the top of my head. The movies, this movie sleigh. Oh well,
Oh.
I think I have a pretty good idea who's your favorite Tumblr is.
Okay. Try and guess it.
Miss J.
No, actually not.
Really?
I love Jay. Jay's a great guy. I'm good friends with him. He's an awesome dude. I love Little Miss Rarity. But that's not my favorite Tumblr. My favorite Tumblr is Stories from the Front.
Story for the front.
Yeah,
Really?
Stories from the Front. Yeah, seriously. I think I'm friends with the guy who mods it, like Severus. I love the art style. I love how colorful it is and how it does something that all Tumblr blogs should do. And this is kind of like an unwritten rule, but this is something that should happen. They expand on the universe presented by the show. They go beyond that. It's a very well written Tumblr, and it's a very well drawn Tumblr. Yes, it has adult stuff and Rule 34 in it. That's just like a flavor to it. What's really important on that Tumblr is the character, the stories, that they are so good. That's why I like it so much. Is because it has a lot of character in it, which is the other reason why I got attracted to the show. The show has a lot of character in it, which
And
that's why it makes it so
character
attractive. And character development too. Yeah. Would expect that the tomboyish who doesn't like anything but speed will end up becoming a book nerd by the end of season 2. Nobody. Who could have called that?
Nobody did.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Well,
There we go.
anyways, I guess we get down to the last question, but this has been fun. I was going to say
Definitely.
this has been absolutely been fun.
Yep.
You know, talking to
All
you.
right.
So, Gonzo,
Time-
take it for the last question.
Time for the final blow.
Oh.
If you
okay.
were to off, what would be your advice for those who want to be an artist like you?
Okay, 3 very important words, and then I will expand on them. And those words are never stop drawing. Draw always, draw all the time, every single day. Don't stop it, because if you stop, then you are going to get art block, or you're going to like start questioning yourself. No, draw it, and present it to people. Show it to everybody. Learn how to take critiques. Learn how to take people telling you that your artwork is crap, because for every person that is going to tell you that it sucks, you're going to have to find 5 people, 10 people, 20 people who are going to tell you that it's great, and who are going to encourage you. This is me talking from personal experience. I come from the furry fandom, and the furry fandom is the most caustic, destructive fandom I have been a part of, from the fur affinity side. And even in that fandom, I found people who love my artwork and encouraged me to keep going. And then I came to the Brony fandom, and the Brony fandom nurtures and loves its artists. So
Definitely.
if you're going to draw something, draw it, present it to people, and learn how to take it critique. It takes a lot of time to build a thick skin, but it pays off in the end. And by the way, just to expand on what the previous interviewee said, I don't remember who was the first interview. Who was it?
Stunner Pony?
Yeah.
I think Stoner Pony. He said that he's not a professional. He just never stopped drawing. That is absolutely true. Professionals are noobs who never gave up.
Beautiful.
We are all learning all the time. Even when I don't know how to draw something, I go to DeviantArt, I find a tutorial, and I follow the rules of that tutorial. That's how it works, and it's always like that.
Very inspirational.
Very beautiful.
Thank you.
Movie
Oh,
Slate,
awesome.
thank you very much for that words of wisdom. I think that's going to inspire a lot of people here.
I hope so. I want to see more people drawing. I want to see more people going to DeviantArt, opening their accounts, and just throw their artwork there.
Wow. Well, Movie Slate, thank you for coming on the show here.
Oh, thank you for having me.
It's been truly an honor, and we'll probably talk to you later. But dude, this has been really awesome. This is one of our greatest show we ever did so far.
I loved it. Thank you so much for having me here, and count on me for any other shows you may want to have in the future. I'm always open. I'm always look. I am awake. It's almost 7 a.m. in the morning. I think I'm not gonna go to sleep. I'm just going to keep working.
Yep.
I'm kind of pumped right now. So yeah, but thanks a bunch for this. This has been great.
Thank you very much. Have a good night.
Okay, good night, guys. Thank you.
No problem.
No problem.
Anyways, folks, one last deal on last roll call. I'm going to mention this deal before I forget it. Is last but not least on a little bit of an announcement that me and Flutter in July are going down to Comic-Con. So that means we're going to be doing a fundraiser, folks. A nice little fundraiser to get me and Flutter to Comic-Con. I will be filming it. And basically, we do our fundraiser just like we do everything else, like how we do everything else. We'll come up with a budget for you. We'll have the numbers out there for you of how much it's all going to cost, and we'll basically give you the numbers, and we'll start raising money from there. That means Flutters will be over her commissions here pretty quick. That means things are going to get rolling. We'll be doing more stuff for you folks to help to basically inspire you to actually help us out to get there. And hopefully that just if we make enough, hell, we'll bring you some really good footage and some good stuff, and maybe even a few giveaways. So with that being said, folks,
Hold on. I think this needs to be addressed, and this is very important. This is also for my friend Minorus, who's in the chat right now. Speaking of fundraisers, Minorus wants me to read this off right now. He is also holding a fundraiser right now for his terminal illness. Apparently, he's come down with cystic fibrosis, and he needs $6,000 for treatment to get started so he can live a little longer. Guys, this guy. He's a really good friend of mine, and any donations you can send his way, by all means, it will help him. But he really needs this, otherwise he's not going to live much longer. I'm trying to keep his spirits up, letting him know that, hey, you have an illness, but live one day at a time, always, because it doesn't matter if you're dying or not. Have fun with life. Life is too short to feel sad and depressed. But seriously, guys, this is a very good cause. Help him out. And while you're at it, help Mean Spirit and Flutters while you're at it.
All right, with that being said, folks, it is closing time. And with that being said, I want to thank you, for even and every one of you, for actually coming here and supporting us. And hopefully, we'll see you next time on the Mini Arcade Show. Good night, everybody.
Take care,
Night.
everyone. Do you need a good work uniform for your office job? Go to Men's Warehouse.
Bingle bongle dingle dangle, yickety doo, yickety da, ping pong, lippy tappy too da.
Oppan Gangnam Style.
Why is it that every time that I have to post a not safe for work picture, everybody instantly thinks I'm a clopper?